Hello everyone. Let me know if my fan unit is too loud. Um, if not, I'll turn it. If it is, I'll turn it off and hopefully be okay in the heat. We've got a little bit of a heat wave going on in the office right here. We turn it round maybe. Turn this down here. Yeah, let me know. Can you hear the fan too much in the background, or is it you just hearing me okay? Hello, Jason. Hello, Microcosmic. Hi, Nightfall. It's not bad. Okay, it's fine. Okay, cool. Right. We'll make do. It is hot in this room. Yes, we're back for question time. So, I said before, I'll say again, I apologise for basically lack of live streams and slow down on content that has been the past few months. We've just finished up a big contract and other things. But that's all done now. Been busy squirreling away videos. We have got loads of videos on edit at the moment, and the live stream should hopefully come back and into full schedule again. So apologies. We're getting back to it. Hopefully soon, like pretty much this week, we'll be good to go. But yeah, we're back and it's question time. So question time is, if you don't know what it is a time where you can ask me any question you like regarding game dev, Unreal Engine, whatever it is you want to ask. I'm an open book, and I'll try and answer them as many questions as best I can within the hour or so that we're here live. So yeah, so what we will do is put a question in the chat. I'll try and grab as many as I can, and we'll go from there. Mohammed, hi. Could you highlight if physics constraints can hold two objects in a sense that if I push on one of them, it can pull the other? I mean, yeah. We can do a basic example with this. So let's make a constrained object. And in our constrained object, we're going to have the constraint, like so. And we're going to make this one of the objects. So we're going to go in here and add a cube, for example. Make that the root of that, I guess. And the constraint here, component name 1, will be cube. Okay. The next bit is constraining it with another object. Now we can either do it with another component inside this one object here, but if we want to attach it to something else, we can do that as well. So if I drag this out... Oh, wait, also enable physics on it, would help. Cube. Physics. And I now want to constrain it to something, so to do that, this physics constraint needs to know the component actor 2 and the component of the actor. So let's say I want to constrain it to this cube here. Constraint actor 2, I'll pick from the list, and it'll pinpoint it like that. And I can leave it like that, really. It should be fine. Hit play. And if I push this around, you'll see it's going to pull that around with it as well. Yeah? Yeah, simple as that. So that's how you constrain those two objects together. Obviously, it's invisible constraint. If you want to make it a physical link, you can add a cable to it. You can add whatever you want to it. If you do the cable component, you can do cable like so. We're going to attach the start and attach the end, true. And attach N2 here, we're going to change based upon what the physics constraint's been set to. So on the construction script, we get the constraint. Get constraint. Get constrained object. We want to break that open. No, we can't. Not that one. It's this one. Constrained components. Yeah, that's it. So we do that. So we get constrained component 2, and the cable, we attach the end to that. So that would be attach N2. So attached to N2 component, and that'll be that component 2 in that socket, and that should do it. So if I hit play now, we don't see the cable. Why don't see the cable? Is it stuck within itself? Possibly. Let's pull that to the side there. Oh, in location, I'm going to do 0, 0 as well. It should be fine. Not liking it. What I may do then is, on the construct script, is do this on the event graph, on the begin play, we'll delay that a little bit. So it's had time to get, yeah, there you go. Giving it time to get the connection. Right, that's it, that's all there is to it. And likewise, I can push this one as well. It depends on what's heavier as well. So I think the white one is the heavier object, and that one is the lighter one. You can check that. 177, and cube is, oh, it's the same size. I would have thought that would be pretty much identical. It's hard to test. Get out of the way. Yeah, if I get the... There you go. Yeah. Kind of works. Yeah, so the constraint is actually like a stick. If you want it to be more like an actual like chain or rope, you go to constraint here, and you want the X motion, Y motion, and Z motion to be limited. Okay, and the limit is how long you want it to be limited by, so let's say 100. Okay. So what that means is that it can buckle and like collapse on itself. Yeah. So yeah, we've got lots of stuff going on with that. But yeah, thanks for the question. Is there a way, a blueprint to call a list of the maps to be packaged? It's not a blueprint, it's in the project settings. So in your project settings, if you go to packaging, and in there, you'll find list of maps to include in package build. You can just do it there. But there's no blueprint way of doing it. Yeah. Next question. Microcosmic Games, can you explain a simple way of adding hand animations, gun reloads, etc. in a first-person controller? I can explain it, but I can't show you it because I haven't got any animations. But it's just an animation blueprint like anything else, and you just sync it up with the animation of the gun doing its thing. That's all. There's nothing else to it. It's literally just an animation. So it's not a simple way. You have to have the animation to do it. If you don't have the animation to do it, then no. Hi TJ, how you doing, Ryan? How's health? Okay, we're getting better. I won't go into it too much, but yeah, it's been a tricky couple of weeks, months, whatever it is, but we're in a better space now, and hopefully things will be good going forwards. Well, thank you for checking in. Dactyl, I need some advice. I want to make a huge map, but is it easier to make all the assets really small? My game revolves around travelling very long distance. I would not make it very, very small. It kind of does break with the physics stuff and other things like that. So, yeah, just do it normal size. You're fine. Do you have plans to finish up the ARPG series? Yes. As I said, sorry, we've been massively delayed by all sorts of problems going on. But we're getting back into the swing of it. We've got more videos from Survival coming out. They're done, they're out for Patrons, more coming out soon. I've recorded 8 videos, doing more tonight. Probably do the ARPG tonight, actually. So yes, more, it is coming. So apologies, thank you for your patience. Angel Rolden. Hi Ryan, I built AI bots following your deathmatch bot tutorial. What's the easiest way to keep them from bunching up? They tend to choose the similar spots on the map, you know. Yeah, so when they choose a spot, you want to make it random in the radius. So, what's the quickest way of showing this? Let me think. If I can just find an easy way to add this to the thing. And we'll do AI character. Do all that. And let's say, okay, what's the best way of showing this without spending too long on it? Okay, we'll just get them to chase me, okay? So we'll create a AI controller. And I'll just give it a go into AI character, give it the AI controller we just made, like that. And the AI controller, we had the perception system, add a sense config for his sight. Turn all these on. Sure, that'll do. Being very quick with this, sorry. So I want to get to the point that matters the most. Okay, so if I want him to chase the character, let's make an like chase me around in a more believable fashion. Behavior tree. Find the blackboard as well, I guess. Yeah. NPC BB. On my controller, we'll do run behavior tree. Choose that one. And AI perception here we'll do on target perception updated. And we'll break this open to check whether we got seen. Get player character. Okay, and then get blackboard. Set value as object. key name will make. So this is something that you've probably seen that's similar to a lot of the tutorials I've done regarding AI. You have this sort of setup. The object value will do a selector based on whether or not it's seen us. If it has seen us, great, becomes the actor there. Okay, right, that'll do. So your behavior tree will have two sequences. We have a wait sequence and we have a chase sequence, right? And we'll tell that to wait. Sure. And chase sequence is when it's going to see us and chase us. So on the wait sequence here, we're going to right click on this, add decorator, blackboard. Blackboard, we're going to add the key for target actor. Change the key type to actor. And set that to that. So we only want to wait if the target actor is not set, and if that changes, I want it to abort itself. Okay? So if it sees us, it will stop waiting and go into chase. When it goes into chase, there's two actual phases to this as well. One is that when it's super close to us, and one when it doesn't. So let's do another selector. Sequence. Sequence. And this first one is when they get super close to us. Not super close to us. So if we go to add decorator, we can do is at location, and we'll say the radius of this is going to be 800. Yeah, we'll do 800. And the blackboard key be target actor. And I think that would be okay with target actor in there. And if it is, so if they are not, so inverse condition, we don't want to do that. We're going to do a different task to what we may think you want to do. So move near target. So this task is going to do an AI move 2. The pawn is just a pawn. But the destination is not going to be the target actor. It's not going to be the actor that we've seen, i.e. the player. Instead, we're going to give it a destination which is near the target actor. So I still want to get the blueprint, the blackboard, sorry. Blackboard value as actor. And make the key target actor. I want now to get a random, get location of the actor, i.e. me, the player, and I want to get a random point in reachable radius as the origin. And the radius here we're going to make fairly large. It depends on how spread out you want them to be. So I'll do 500 like that and give that the destination there. Okay, on success, we'll finish execute. And on foul, we're going to finish execute as well, but we tick the success box for success. So this one is going to run towards a random location near us. Okay, so we want that one move near target. However, if we're not at that if we are at the location of the target actor, then I want to do this one, which is move to the target. So I can just do move to and just put in target actor. Okay, and what this does, if done all correctly, might need to make a landscape to make more of these guys. Oh wait, they're not. They can't see me, can they? Okay, so if I need to slow them down. Hold on. Let's bring them down to 300. And just fix that animation blueprint problem that's always appearing. So if you're doing AI and you're using the ABP Mani, what you have to do is take off the and just tick it. What you got to do. Okay. Right, let's get them following me, first of all. Okay. So as they come around the corner, or corners, rather. Oh, hang on. We need more time to really set this up, but the general gist of it is that they all go towards a location near you, not to you. And likewise, if you've got them just randomly walking around the map, you want them not to go picking the same spot. You want to pick a random spot near that spot. Yeah, so they've gone to a spot near me. Yeah. What we need to do though is make them so they can still see us. And update that location. I'm going. Moving near target. So this thing we need it to like observe and look for the if we've moved far away enough. So we do. Which I think we just do is that location again. No, I think the problem we had when I've done this before, we couldn't use it as that location because we needed to interrupt it. I don't think that interrupts it. Yeah, I think that was the case. We need to make our own decorator. Condition check AI. Location of pawn. Location of get value as actor. Make. And if the distance is greater than 800, it will let it through. And that's the one we use in our sequence. Yeah. And we just say observer aborts self. So that'll be with that thing. The other thing I want to do as well is tell the AI controller we're not going to worry about setting it to off. We'll just keep it always set to target actor. So he always sees us. Once he sees us, he'll chase us endlessly. Yeah, that's the start of it. Okay, so you see they're a little bit not stuck doing the same thing. They'll spread out a little bit. Yeah. So that's the kind of gist of it. But yeah. Right, moving on to the next question. I'm using the top-down base template. Is there any way to use a better pathfinding way? Alternative pathfinding. It seems very buggy. The character cannot get down from the template ramp. Can't get down from the template ramp. I mean, it should be okay getting down it. But I mean, I don't know. You're talking about this template ramp? I don't know. But the path, you can't change the pathfinder that's in the engine without going into the C++ code and changing it how it works there. So if you want to do your own pathfinding, you have to do it all manually. That'd be the best way of doing it. Crazy. Hope you're doing well. I've got a question about the Authorized instructor partnership. I'm aware there's a test about general knowledge about the engine. Can you share about the difficulty of this test? Does it cover only fundamental, or is it advanced knowledge about every aspect of the engine? So the test is just one part of the Authorized instructor process, and that part is, I believe it's multiple choice still, but it does cover every aspect of the engine. So not just games, it'd be everything. And yeah, it's multiple choice, so you can have educated guesses if you want. But it's not too difficult. I mean, it's hard. How do you measure difficulty? It's not too difficult. It doesn't go too deep into the engine. It's pretty surface level stuff. Alias Prince, hi Ryan, can you change the session name, server name, when creating a multiplayer game? The server name always the name of the PC host. You can, but only with the plugins or your own sort of thing in C++. So I recommend using a plugin, as they'll give you a lot more functionality and a lot more options to do lots of cool stuff on. Mr. YouTube and Watch, hey, as a new game dev, what's your advice for people wanting to learn but not rely on tutorials? So, same with any kind of learning. If you don't want to learn, rely on tutorials. It's more about trying to learn the why and how things work, not relying on what's being done. So when you are following tutorials or doing reading up on stuff or experimenting on things, it's a lot of understanding why it works the way it does. So for example, if I'm tweaking and adjusting values to see what works and what doesn't work for my games, if there's something I don't understand, I'll study it and be sure about what that setting is actually doing. I try to understand that concept, and that's where the general gist is going to be. Yeah, there's obviously a lot more you can do, but generally speaking, you need to learn and understand why. And that's why I try to explain why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them, or explain why I'm doing it in doing something. But yeah, that's the thing to be aware of, is why does something work the way it does. Yeah, not just trusting it. You're welcome, Andrew. The series of inventory system will return. Probably, but not immediately. As there's a lot more other things to get out there first. There's always other stuff we can do with the inventory series. So, yes, I mean it's technically done. We've just been doing like requests from people. So if you have a specific request, I think I said I'm going to do like key bindings next on it. So we'll probably do that at some point first before going into any other feature requests. But do let us know if there's anything particular you want to know how to do with inventory. Klaus, hi Ryan. How to make a mechanic where you can break boards of a window frame? Do you use chaos destruction system like in a horror game, or so were they fall apart while being removed? Yeah, so I use chaos, and we've got some videos actually coming out very soon about how to make use of chaos for gameplay things. So because what the things I'm always seeing people share about chaos is like how to make a building fall apart, and it's just like, okay, but what about gameplay specific things? So we've got a series of 4 videos coming out soon for patrons, probably this week, detailing how to do like a jar that you can smash open and get like money out of it and things like that, and taking account of things like making sure that the broken pieces don't collide with the player and they disappear over time and things like that. So you'll see a lot of those concepts in those 4 videos. I say coming very soon. They've been recorded, they've been edited now. Hi all, hi Iron. Any plans on using the crop out sample project to make a tutorial series or some cool game? Probably, yeah. It's got some interesting things in it. But I need to look at it more, I think. I would like to do like an XCOM-y type game. Like a grid-based XCOM-like game at some point. But we'll see. Leroy, hey, good to see you. Will we go on to have any player customization options? Yes, there'll be a clothing system. Yeah, I'm not doing XCOM until a long time after that. It's a long way off. You're welcome. Dun, 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 dun. Is there a way to cast a structure? Why would you want to cast a structure? That doesn't make sense. How would you recommend I spawn in different pawns for a multiplayer game? What, different pawn classes? You have to override the pawn selection in the game mode. So the way the pawn selection works in the game mode, which we've got one actually in here, haven't we? Oh, I see what you mean, Alexis. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll show you what you mean. How to do that. Okay, but first of all, the game modes. Yeah, there's a function in here where you can do get default pawn class for controller. You can override this. By default, this behavior is looking at the class default pawn class up here. Obviously, we can now interrupt that and get it from somewhere else if we want, and plug it through here, and that will now spawn in a default pawn. So if you want to get a particular player controller's selected character they've chosen from the menu screen, they'll already be in their controller. So you get that controller, get the character they've chosen, and then feed that into here instead of using this. Hopefully that makes sense. Obviously it's way too much work to go and show you now live, but yeah. Thank you. So cast a structure, right? In case you have a array of data table row handles, right? So let's say you've got a data table row handle, okay? And we've got data table row handle. You don't do casting with this because it's not a class. You can only cast with classes, and casting is used so you can transform a parent reference into its child reference. Okay, so data structures don't have that. So what we do is, if we're doing like find data table, oh no, not that. Sorry, data table row, right. And we are plugging in the data table and the row name. You get what we call a wildcard, which is this grey one. So you don't know what this is going to be. Yeah. So you have to explicitly say what it is. Okay, so you can break it out. Break. No. I need a natural row to do that. Row. There you go. F row. So break F row, and then you will see the content of your F row, or whatever you called it. You can't have an array of data table row handles different and break out different structures, because your data table can only have. I mean, I guess I see what you're trying to do. Is there a way around it? Probably not. No, I don't think there's going to be a way around it. If you had if you had an array of different data tables and different structs, I don't think you can. Cause yeah, no, I don't think you can. Like in a shop, a data table for inventory item, data table for ability item, they should all be in the same data table, and you just have a category which filters them out. They're all items that you can purchase, so they all belong in one data table, and then you filter them out with a category. You can't have structs, children structs. Bum, bum, bum. Next question. Casting, Scotty, is okay to do as long as you're doing it with the right tool, the right things at the right time. Interfaces aren't any better if you're doing it for different. Like, it depends on what you're using it for. It's like again, I go back to always this analogy. One's like a spoon, one's like a knife. Both can cut butter, but one's going to be better at it than the other. One's designed for it. Yeah. Same thing here with cast interfaces. They do different things entirely. One is more important. One is better than the other. Yeah. Interface. The problem with interfaces is that it's always listening out for these messages and it's sending out these messages across. So it's not entirely performant great if you've got loads of interfaces that are available. So you want to be careful of doing that. But yeah. Cast highly increases the size maps. Size maps of what? No. All casting is doing is taking a blue reference pin and you're converting it down to its child version. That's all. It's just so that you as the editor know what you're doing with it. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with casting. No. Yeah, because you're an editor. In engine, it won't matter. Trust me, it don't. Yeah, you can say it, but it won't affect RAM usage. And the size map you're referring to, that's not RAM. That's just hard drive, I believe it is. Like, you're talking about the size map here. This is just disk size, not RAM. And when the reason why it increases here is when you're casting, is it's now going to pick. It's going to include other data in it, but it's not going to affect your actual performance of the actual game. Yeah, you're not going to. You can. It's not going to affect anything in your game. In your performance-wise. If you're having performance issues, it's. I always get people asking this question as well regarding like code and asking like if it's performant and things like that. I think I mentioned before in another live stream. If you've got performance issues like lag, frame drops, whatever, it's almost 100% going to be a graphical thing, not anything to do with your code. It's fine. Yeah, okay, we'll do a cast test. Let's do it in here. Let's just do. Yeah. So if you're doing that. Okay, 42.4 kilobytes, right? Now take that out, and we change this to just character. So without the cast, for 2.4 kilobyte. It is, that's an actor. Exactly the same. I could do it elsewhere if you want. It's exactly no different. Okay. Character size map. 71.6 megabyte. That's because it's now bringing in a third-person character in the editor, not in the game. Because this is now the third-person character reference it's bringing in. Yes, it's because it's the editor, not the actual game. If you play it, it won't do it. You're fine. It's because it's loading up two characters in the when it done it. That's all. And it'll be gone. If it's a wall or a floor, change rotation. You change rotation based on normal. So when you do a line trace, you're going to get a normal. And that's going to tell you which way the surface is pointing. And that'll be how you rotate something. Use the normal to do that. 5 engine insertion failure. Plain instance ID not equal to index none. Level streaming dynamic. I don't know that error, gangster. What are you doing with that error? Are you building from a packaging, or is it just playing it? Diolimos, can you attach a nav mesh bound volume to an enemy AI so it doesn't require building a nav mesh in editor? No, you have to, it's static. But what you can do is use nav proxies, which not proxies, invokers, which turn on the nav mesh around them. So you can use that instead. So the nav mesh still has to be there. You still have to have it because it has to generate it, but it's not actively in memory the whole entire time. You just activate the bit that's near them. I've got a video on evokers somewhere. Check it out. Hi, Chris. Yep, all well, thank you. When doing character customizations in Mimic, will you be storing custom data on the server, game business, or individual controller? Individual controller. Which is going to be then shared as player data, which is then fetched, and then it will be shared across. So clients will share that data across to the server, and the server will be able to tell everyone what their pawns are going to look like. Okay, sure, yeah. Ashley, hi Ryan, thanks. Liking new vehicle series, thanks. I'd like to have a projectile bounce off collisions, but not slow down. I've got the bounce, but not constant velocity. Any ideas? Cheers. Yeah. How would you do that? If it was just bouncing off things, it's not really using the physics engine per se, is it? Let me have a look at settings. I can't recall if there's anything in here that could use friction down to 0, gravity scale down to 0, bounciness 1, I mean, try that. Oh, I have no idea. You basically want the thing to have no friction. Well, that does alright. Let me just go bonk. See if I can get a dead straight one. Hang on. That seems to do it. There, oh. Hang on. There's too many pieces and boxes in the way. I mean, that seems to do it, I think. Just turning the friction off. Yeah, I think that is it. Can you make a tutorial on proximity voice chat? I will once I've solved all its weird problems I'm having. It's not easy. I'm working it out. I'm testing it and getting it working in Mimic, but I haven't had time to work on it recently, so hopefully get to work on it soon. Yeah, still working on Mimic. Yeah, done some work on it today, in fact. Done some work on its login authentication. Can you use nav mesh on a wall or roof? If yes, and is there a way to do it with a nav mesh? I want a spider walk up and down. No, you can. The default nav mesh can't do that. You have to get either a plugin or make your own nav mesh calculator in the source engine, which is not a simple thing to do. So you're probably better off getting a plugin. There are out there. I've got one I think called Spider nav mesh, something like that. Spider something. Thank you, Studio. Dioli Moose, where can I find a start on voice chat? You need a voice. So voice chat is part of the online subsystem. So it depends on what online subsystem you're using, Steam or Epic or whatever. And once you're doing that, you probably want to explore the documentation of that stuff. Because I believe they function a little bit differently. So because you can either use their voice chat services or your own voice chat services, and there's other options you can choose from. and you have to give the right permissions and things. So you have to look into the individual subsystem you're using. Mimic's using Epic's online subsystem, and we've got it kind of working, but not entirely there yet. Okay. Any other questions? Does Epic Online subsystem work with Steam? Yes. And vice versa. Steam is just a marketplace platform. So same with Epic. It's just it is not tied to their subsystems. They are just services you can employ. But yes, it does work with. Epic have got a really nice, easy way of doing cross-platform play, so you can do like Steam players and Epic players playing together very easily, and that also includes console, mobile. You can make them all play together. No problem, Crazy. Uh, Honestly, Crazy, the only resources I would recommend are the ones that they recommend for the test, which is the documentation for Unreal. You don't have to go too deep into it. The surface level stuff is just fine. So, yeah, they give you plenty of time to do it. I've done it quite quickly, so. But it's been a while since I've done it, so it might be a bit different. I don't know exactly. But I recently had to redo it again for Unreal 5 specifically. And that was just, again, a multiple choice thing, quite surface level, nothing special. Jack Daniels, if you have a map underground, which is to dig tunnels with drills, how would you damage the landscape to create these tunnels? You can't with the current landscape system. You need to use voxels, which is how Minecraft does it. So you need to use voxels. Which plugin you'll need for that. Okay. So, we'll start wrapping up because I want to just reiterate what's going to be happening on the channel. So, yes, we've had a big delay of things going on because of different work we're doing with various clients and things, but that's mostly done now. So we're now ramping up back production on videos and live streams and content like that. So we've been filming like mad, and so we're going to re-juggle the consistency of releases a bit as well, because I have heard the feedback and all the rest of it, and people want like a series to come out boom, and not have a long wait periods in between. So yes, we've got a few things in the air juggling at the moment, so we'll clear those up. But the plan is to go back to what we had originally, which was a weekly release for one series, and then twice a week will be other odd videos, like one-offs or very short series videos, and then the 2 live streams. We'll be going back to that sort of structure. So that'll be happening. We've been recording like mad, so I've got to do more recordings. So yeah. Is there anything you can share concerning bundling for PC and Steam Deck? Not really. I saw your PM, Leroy. Well, I'm doing it. That was the plan for tonight after this live stream. So, yeah. Just got to deal with something, and then I'm on that and the other duties. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So we're back again live on Saturday. So yeah, come back on Saturday for 9 o'clock. BST time, which whatever time that is for you guys, I don't know. Yeah, I'll put a post up saying about that and what we're going to be doing. I can't remember where we're at with that. I think we'll be doing like a live class, so we'll do something then about that. Yeah, that'll do, I think. Sorry, lots of things going in my brain. Yes, we also got the game jam. So we're going to do our yearly game jam on August the 1st. Details of that and how to sign up will be coming very shortly. So keep an eye out for news and announcements about that. So, it's a little bit bigger than other game jams. We're now doing like a full month long game jam for that. So that's going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to what people do for that. So we're just laying the groundwork, getting all the website ready for that, and yeah, putting things in place for that sort of stuff. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a good evening, have a good night, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye, everyone.